Hi, I'm Kelly Stone, Regional Sales Manager with Logarithm, and I'm here on behalf of ComSpark Magazine with Sham Pima. And we're going to talk a little bit about Sham's background, how he got into cybersecurity, and I think it'll be helpful for those interested in entering cybersecurity and also those already in the field. It's very helpful to understand some of his insights. So, good morning, Sham. Thank you so much for being with me today.
Hi, Kelly. How's it going today? Thanks for having me. So I'm Sean Pema, currently at Total Quality Logistics as an information security engineer. I've been doing this for about 12 years now. Graduated from UC in a cybersecurity program. Local Cincinnati native, so I'm familiar with how to start and how to get into cybersecurity from where I am. Glad to share that here today.
That's great. Do you feel like your education at UC really helped you get into the field and prepared
It
you?
It did. With cybersecurity being so new and everyone's still catching up, there's still a big gap in the need for cybersecurity professionals. So when the degree came to and was offered at UC, I kind of jumped on the bandwagon and started going to classes and enjoyed it. And I knew it was a good career path. I will say co-op did help out a lot, kind of give you the different aspects of it. So I would say that UC did a great job of steering cybersecurity, and now the program has just improved over the years as well. So they're accredited by the NSA, FBI comes in, so there are a lot of interested parties in the program at UC. So it did a very good job of prepping me for my career.
That's great. And you hit the nail on the head when you said, that work experience combined with that education, truly probably set you apart in the field when you went to get that first job out of college. Do you want to share a little bit about your experience working, transitioning into the corporate world and that first experience, that real world experience?
Yeah, I started as a co-op at Fifth Third as an IT auditor in the project management space, and then going through college and fast forwarding right out of college, they asked me to come back, so that was kind of nice. Worked at UC for 3 years and then transitioned over to Fifth Third in cybersecurity in one of their rotational programs, and it was actually a learning experience. Just never being in a role, just being kind of like in a general IT background, the days are never the same. And that's the kind of excitement I was looking for going into Fifth Third. No 2 days are the same. They're always changing and it's always fast paced. You're always dealing with attackers. You're always dealing with different types of attacks. You're dealing with people, what they call insider threat. So having these different aspects, is really what drew me to it. And that's, a lot of young people, when they look for careers, they look for that excitement. And that's what it was from kind of transition there at Fifth Third for 2 years, leaving the college world behind. And then coming on to TQL as well for another opportunity or to do the same.
Fifth Third Bank, you shared with me that you're able to evaluate SIM solutions or security incident event manager type of solutions, which Logarithm is in that SIM category. And when you're evaluating the SIM tools, what kind of information or what can you share that you looked at when evaluating those different SIM tools?
So when looking at sim tools, every SOC, every engineering team is looking to aggregate that data in a centralized place. For us, it was the ease of use. How easy can we get our data into a sim? A lot of sims are clunky. A lot of them come with easy adapters and whatnot. So we're looking for the ease of use on that part. Two is the data ingestion. A lot of these SIMs have a high cost to maintain, require staff to do that. A lot of ours requirements, recommended, whether we want on-prem or go on cloud, um, as well as the cost, which is, based on data ingestion per gig or unlimited per identity. And that was some of the things that we were looking at and evaluating. And we like the cost per identity versus the data ingestion from a cost perspective and the ease of use, and how easy it is it for us to see our data. We don't want to be fixing tools and breaking tools. We'd rather be kind of focusing on true positives and incidences. So that's what we were looking for. It was a SIM ready out of box, where we had to do less fine tuning and more operational side of it, and make use of the SIM versus just breaking and fixing. So those are some of the things we were looking at when evaluating SIM.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear that a lot from, customers I talk to every day, is that out of the box functionality, solving those compliance issues and that easy to use GUI interface. So you see that single dashboard and be able to monitor all those different tools. And when you were at Fifth Third, I think it was prior to Logarithm really having our unlimited consumption model. And that was brought about for the very reasons that you're talking about. Is no one wants to have to, choose which log sources to bring in. No one wants their tool to throttle back logs or anything that could cause less visibility in their environment. So our unlimited consumption model has been really popular, and for the very reasons you described. So thank you for sharing that. Last year was an interesting year in 2020. The global pandemic set in, and it forced IT into this digital transformation overnight. What are the toughest challenges that you faced? You were at TQL. What were some of the challenges you guys faced, and how did you adapt and really get the environment ready to take on all those remote users?
So that was, we were just like most of the companies that had to transition from people that usually work on-prem and now getting them to work at home and being secure at the same time. We had to bring in a lot of vendors for securing our endpoints that are leaving out, a lot of our emails and stuff, because we are primarily a sales force here at TQL. 70% of our staff is 24/7 answering calls, throwing out bids. So we had to kind of adapt our security needs, as we were mostly focused on prem. So when we had to set up environments, make sure everyone's patching and updating their computers, and we had to make sure that they were connected to VPN, and we had to get a little bit more infrastructure for our needs to support the work from home effort. So it was kind of like a, hey, drop everything else, and we need to do this now to get ready for everyone to work from home, per the COVID situation. So it was a lot of rushing, a lot of fine tuning, and a lot of unforeseen planning as well. So
yeah, right. It was difficult for a lot of companies to really make that, things happen so quickly. So kudos to you and your team for, being able to ramp up, because that was definitely very difficult to get all those measures in place.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It was a learning experience, but it was fun doing it as well. So
Absolutely. Well, good for you guys. And with your experience, you've had a lot of experience on the corporate side,
mhm.
and then also you have some entrepreneur things that you shared with me previously as well. Really have a little bit of that entrepreneur bug and have been able to take advantage of that. So, do you want to share a little bit more about your entrepreneur efforts?
Sure. Just I come from a family of entrepreneurs, so it's that bug has always been in me since I was a kid. So, looking at the gap that's in today's world with cybersecurity, a lot of people are still catching up with today's standards. A lot of companies focus on the Fortune 500s, the ones with the bigger budgets and the coin to drop on some of these tools and some of these processes and expertise. There's still a gap for MS or small businesses, and mid-sized businesses. So my company, the value add in the gap we're trying to fill is helping managed service providers who are trying to get into cybersecurity for their clients, assisting them with the typical penetration testing, 24/7 threat management, incident response, and helping fill that gap that currently is in the market, to better protect against criminals, because there's a lot more criminals than there are cybersecurity professionals to defend against them. So that is our motivation in doing all of this, trying to help people and prevent bad things happening to good people. So we use our expertise to help these MSP channel partners fill that void and keep their clients protected as well at cost-effective solutions as well.
That's great. And, there's a huge need in the marketplace from what I've seen as well. Those mid-sized tier customers that think that they won't be the ones that are affected. So RMRI and your endeavors at RMRI are definitely appreciated and needed in the marketplace to a great extent. So thank you for going out there and fighting the good fight and offering those services to those businesses.
No, appreciate it. We tried to be a little different. We handhold a lot, and we were trying to do everything with integrity and honesty and trustworthy as possible. Because there's a lot of bad guys out there, and there's so little of us few guys, trying to fight it. So we're proud to be part of that good fight.
Absolutely. Well, good. And it's a managed services offering that you're offering those clients, and you offer services as well, correct?
Correct. From a full MSSP, we offer incident response, pen testing, risk assessments, auditing, insider threat, any scope. We usually come and assess environments. We tell them, hey, you probably need to do these few things. We use NIST and CIS, OWASP. We use the common standards to perform these and ensure that they're staying secure and following best practices, and those kinds of things, so they are not susceptible to these types of attacks. We tried to help and mature MSPs and their clients, as well as our current direct clients as well. So coming from both angles, and I think we can cover a lot of clients and keep them secure.
Absolutely. And that's really key, because in that life cycle, it is a continuous journey that you want to take those clients on, and they continually need your services for a certain amount of time and then come back and readdress those gaps and continue that journey with those clients. So I wish the best to RMRI, and
Thank you.
yes, absolutely. So I think that's a great fight that you're out there fighting. So, the other thing, as you mentioned previously, was that there is a gap, right? There's a gap in the workforce, and we need to I'm always trying to promote women in security, because I think that, there's kind of a stigma to what a woman in security and how that might be boring. And there's so many different avenues that you can take that IT or cybersecurity degree or military experience. I've met a lot of people with some great backgrounds in military experience as well that will become a cybersecurity professional. So like you, I am always trying to encourage, that next generation of people coming up to get involved in the community of cybersecurity. So you and I are both involved in ISSA, and in ISSA Cincinnati, you actually serve on that board, and several others that you mentioned you're involved with in the security community. But in particular, do you want to share how you like to mentor others?
Yeah, coming out of college, there wasn't really a path to get into cybersecurity, and I had to hit a lot of dents along the way to find the right path. And what I found is networking was the best way to do so, because you're talking to professionals who have different experiences and coming in different ways from different career paths, different IT paths. And when I was asked to join the Cincinnati ISSA, it kind of opened up my network, and I got to a lot of different experiences in coming in. And so networking helped me form my path in cybersecurity into the specific even role that I wanted to do, which was to build, engineer, automate, all these kinds of things. Talking to CISOs is how I actually got my first security job. So networking was a big part of it. Understanding their experiences was another part of it. And, helping younger generation, or even anyone that wants to get into cybersecurity, I share my path with them and how I got started with networking, and then doing co-ops and interning, and then leading to where I am today with 12 years of experience, and over the years meeting awesome people that helped me along with my career as well. And helping others in mentoring is just something that I like doing, and it's kind of nice to help fill that gap with cybersecurity professionals who are looking to get into security.
Absolutely. I agree. And I thank you for helping fight the good fight out there. I appreciate your time today. It's been very enlightening for me. And I hope that this, not only encourages others to get into the cybersecurity community, but also, helps in understanding different paths that you've shared, whether it's a corporate life, the entrepreneurial, the background in education. I think you provided some great insights. So thank you very much for your time, Sham. I appreciate it. And on behalf of ComSpark Magazine and Logarithm, I'd like to thank you everyone for watching. Have a great day.
Thank you.